Imagine stepping out into your garden, the morning dew still clinging to the leaves, and seeing baskets overflowing with fresh, juicy produce. Welcome back to Don't Do This Guide. Today we're digging deep, unearthing the very essence of successful gardening. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting out, these tips will empower you to create a garden that flourishes. So, grab a cuppa, settle in, and let's embark on this journey to unlock your garden's true potential together. We can't talk about a bountiful harvest without first paying homage to the soil. Think of the soil as the lifeblood of your garden, teeming with beneficial organisms. Before sowing, get to know your soil. Is it heavy clay, free-draining sand, or something in between? A simple soil test reveals its secrets. Amend your soil with organic matter like compost or manure. Healthy soil is the cornerstone of a healthy garden. Invest time in nurturing your soil for thriving plants. Now let's delve into one of nature's most fascinating partnerships, companion planting. This technique involves growing different plants together for their mutual benefit. Take, for instance, the classic combination of tomatoes and basil. Planting basil alongside your tomatoes deters pests and improves the flavor of the tomatoes. Another harmonious pairing is carrots and onions. The strong scent of onions repels carrot root flies, while carrots deter onion flies. By planting these two vegetables together, you're creating a natural defense system. Companion planting is about observing nature and harnessing plant relationships to create a thriving ecosystem. And the best part? It's completely natural and incredibly rewarding. Let's talk about a gardening practice that's like magic mulching. Mulch acts as a protective layer, mimicking natural decomposition in forests. It retains moisture, suppresses weeds, regulates soil temperature, and improves fertility. There are various types of mulch, each with unique benefits. Shredded bark, wood chips, straw, and compost are excellent options. Applying mulch around your plants is like investing in their health and happiness. It reduces watering, keeps weeds at bay, and supports beneficial soil organisms. As mulch breaks down, it adds nutrients back into the soil, creating fertility. Water, the elixir of life, is essential for a thriving garden. It's not just about how much you water, but how you water. Water deeply and less frequently. This encourages strong, deep root systems. Water thoroughly once or twice a week. Check soil moisture by sticking your finger an inch into the soil. Different plants have different water needs. Embrace natural pest control. Now let's address those unwelcome garden visitors, pests. One of the best ways to deter pests is to create a diverse and balanced ecosystem in your garden. Encourage natural predators like ladybirds, lacewings, and birds by providing them with food, water, and shelter. These beneficial creatures are nature's pest control, feasting on aphids, slugs, and other common garden pests. Another effective strategy is to use companion planting to your advantage. By strategically interplanting beneficial companions, you can create a natural barrier against unwanted visitors. Inspect your plants regularly for any signs of pests or diseases, and take action immediately if you notice anything amiss. Pruning, less is more. Pruning is about removing dead, diseased, or overcrowded branches to encourage new growth and improve air circulation. The key to successful pruning is to know when and how to prune different types of plants. Remember, when it comes to pruning, less is often more. It's better to make several small cuts than one drastic chop. And always use sharp, clean tools to prevent damage to your plants. Rotate your crops annually. Crop rotation involves growing different types of crops in a specific area of your garden each year. Different plants have different nutrient requirements. For instance, legumes add nitrogen to the soil, while heavy feeders like tomatoes deplete it. By rotating your crops, you're ensuring that your soil doesn't become depleted of essential nutrients. A simple crop rotation plan might involve dividing your garden into 4 sections and rotating your crops each year. By following a crop rotation plan, you're creating a healthier, more balanced soil ecosystem. This reduces the risk of pests and diseases and sets your garden up for years of bountiful harvests. Fertilize organically and wisely. Fertilizing provides plants with the essential nutrients they need to grow strong and healthy. Organic fertilizers derived from natural sources like compost, manure, bone meal, and seaweed release nutrients slowly into the soil. When it comes to fertilizing, less is often more. Over-fertilizing can lead to lush foliage growth at the expense of fruit and flower production. The best way to determine your garden's fertilizer needs is to get a soil test. This will tell you exactly which nutrients your soil is lacking and how much fertilizer to apply. Remember, feeding your soil rather than just your plants is the key to long-term fertility and abundance. Organic fertilizers improve soil structure and fertility over time. Leverage the benefits of raised beds. Raised beds are large, contained planting areas elevated above the ground. They offer benefits like improved drainage, better soil aeration, and warmer soil temperatures in the spring. You can build raised beds from materials like wood, brick, or stone. One of the biggest advantages of raised beds is that you have complete control over the soil. Because the soil in raised beds warms up faster in the spring, you can get a head start on the growing season. Timing is everything when it comes to harvesting your produce at its peak of flavor and nutritional value. Different fruits and vegetables have different maturity signs. Tomatoes are best picked when they're fully red and slightly soft to the touch, while cucumbers are best harvested when they're firm and bright green. Beans and peas should be picked regularly to encourage further production. Root crops like carrots and potatoes are ready to harvest when their foliage starts to yellow and die back. Harvesting at the right time ensures the best flavor, texture, and nutritional content. Use Epsom salt for a magnesium boost. Epsom salt is a fantastic source of magnesium and sulfur, two essential nutrients for plant health and growth. Magnesium is crucial for chlorophyll production and nutrient uptake, while sulfur helps form proteins, enzymes, and vitamins. You can apply Epsom salt to your garden in a number of ways. Sprinkle it around the base of your plants, mix it into your watering can, or use it as a foliar spray. Just be sure to follow the recommended application rates on the packaging. Create a garden calendar. A garden calendar is your personal gardening assistant, guiding you through the seasons. It doesn't have to be fancy. A simple notebook, wall planner, or digital calendar will do. Start by noting down your local frost dates. This will help you determine when to sow seeds indoors, when to transplant seedlings outdoors, and when to expect your first and last harvests. Make a list of all the fruits, vegetables, herbs, and flowers you plan to grow. Do a little research to find out the best time to sow, plant, and harvest each one in your region. Now let's talk about the unsung heroes of the garden pollinators. These buzzing, fluttering creatures play a vital role in the reproductive cycle of many of our favorite fruits, vegetables, and flowers. Without pollinators, our gardens would be far less productive and beautiful. We can attract more pollinators by providing them with food, water, and shelter. Plant a diverse range of flowering plants that bloom at different times of the year. Avoid using pesticides and herbicides, which can harm pollinators and their ecosystems. Now, if you're short on space, but long on gardening ambition, then vertical gardening might just be the answer. This technique involves growing plants upwards rather than outwards, maximizing your growing space. You can train climbing plants like beans, cucumbers, and tomatoes up trellises or stakes. Hanging baskets are another fantastic way to add vertical interest. Choose plants that thrive in containers and won't become too top-heavy. Vertical gardening is a fantastic way to add beauty and productivity to even the smallest of spaces. As the gardening season draws to a close, it's time to start thinking about next year's garden. Seed saving is a time-honored tradition, a way of preserving heirloom varieties and ensuring a continuous supply of free plants. Not all plants are suitable for seed saving. It's best to save seeds from open-pollinated varieties. Choose healthy, vigorous plants and allow them to flower and set seed. Once the seeds are mature and dry, collect them carefully and store them in a cool, dry place. Gardening is a journey of discovery, patience, and immense reward. By embracing these simple secrets, you're cultivating a healthier, more vibrant garden. Remember, gardening is an ongoing learning experience. Pay attention to your plants, listen to their needs, and don't be afraid to experiment. Enjoy the process. Take the time to savor the fresh air and the joy of watching your garden grow. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the heart of the garden. Happy gardening, everyone.